as far as materials, correspondence, we try to do through email things. What this does, it allows us to correspond throughout the month with each other and be available to you anytime that you need. It provides you with a study guide, and you don't have to buy the books. And the way we prepare the study guides is they basically are a compilation of different resources that we put together in order to make the lesson a wonderful college-level lesson without you having to buy 3 or 4 books every month for the class. So basically, we're just providing that for you and saving you quite a bit of money. You know, college text, even theology and counseling texts run most of the time can run $50 to $100, $200, you know, each. And if you look at the references in the back of some of our lessons, sometimes we have 20 different resources we're using. Sometimes 2 or 3, but nevertheless, you can see what that could turn into. It could either cost you a lot of money or keep you at the library a lot. So anyway, that's why we do that way. The way that Integrity works, and just give you some quick instruction here, is we attend these lectures. This will happen the first Saturday in this location of every month. And as we'll try to start as soon as possible with our lecture. There may be an announcement or 2, but it won't be like today where we take, this much time. And as college-level students, the responsibility is really upon you to read the study guide and learn from the study guide and complete your test. And you do that after class throughout the next month. One of the things they teach you when you're teaching children is that curriculum is all about repetition, repetition, repetition. And that's actually how our program is designed. When I designed it, I will email you about a week before class, give or take a day or 2 either way. What I ask you to do is read through the study guide before you come to class. But next month you'll have the study guide. Just read through it. We're not asking you to labor over it unless you want to labor over it, okay? Just read through it. So that's the first time you're going to go over the material. The second time will be in class when I will go over part of the material. And sometimes I'll just start at the beginning and go as far as we get, and we'll quit at 2. Other times I may bounce around in the material, this time intentionally a little bit. Either way, you will get whatever portion you get for these few hours once a month. And then when you do your test, the test is based on the study guide, and it is in the actual order pretty much that it's written in the study guide. In other words, you might find question number 1 on page number 1, or it might be on page number 10, but question number 2 will be after that. How many of you hear what I'm saying? Does that give you a little bit of a relief? But on the other hand, don't be fooled. You're still going to have to. It forces you to go over the study guide again, and that's the whole purpose. On the test that are in the study guide that don't get addressed in the lecture. Are you with me? So that's why you need your study guide, okay? The way that you submit your test, you are welcome to scan them and email them to us, but really what's easier for us is if you bring it back to the next class, okay? Just bring it back. Get it done and bring it back. I mean, you can break that thing down. You got 100 questions and you got 30 days. Break it down, what's that, 3 or 4 questions? Once in a while something might get lost, and we don't want you to do a whole test and it's lost. There are 2 ways you can do this. Some students will actually mark the answers in the study guide for their own purpose, and that way what they do sometimes is that when they find an answer, they'll write number 1 by it, number 2 by it. And that way, if you want to do that, you don't have to make a copy, because if something did happen, you could easily go back through your manual and do it. But that's up to you, however you want to do it. Once in a while, I have a student. This is rare, but I've had a couple students who prefer to turn the study guide back in. And if you do that, that makes it a lot harder for us to grade. So what we'd rather you do is just turn in the test, the answer bubble sheet. Be sure every correspondence that you ever return to us or send to us, you always put your name on it and you always put your email. That way we won't get confused. Also, you can go to the website. And the website's integrityseminary.org. And on the website, if you click on where it says Student Resources, just look at all the stuff that's there. Obviously, you don't need to worry about all those tests and study guides that are on there unless you just enjoy it and you want to do them. You can do them for free. That's fine. But what I'm particularly referring to is things like there is you can click and print out application. You can click and print out these. Be careful about addresses. I'm just throwing this out to you because we've just changed our address. And so you don't want to use the Dallas address. You want to use Midlothian address if you're going to mail something in. If you're going to come to class, you already found it, so you know it's in Red Oak, okay? Associate and bachelor level students, you don't have any writing to do. But those individuals that are on the master level or the doctorate level, you do. You are required to write a 50-page paper by the end of the year. That paper is due on the very last class day when you arrive. I'm telling you this now, so you have all year to do this. We do provide an option for you. And that option is if you're just not into writing, you can take 2 extra courses. But you'll have to do them at home, and you have to go to the website, and where you go back to student resources again on the website, to get your test and your study guide, you'll go to documents, and you pick out the course you want and download your test and study guide. Then you go back up to student resources again, and when it drops down, it'll say documents again and videos. Click on videos, and you can watch the videos. So you can do it at home. But it's up to you to decide whether you want to write the paper or whether you want to do the 2 extra courses. The 2 extra courses don't cost you extra money. You know, it's just you're doing that in lieu of writing. For the doctorate degree, it is a 100-page paper. The thesis, you don't necessarily have to write it in thesis form. You can do a research paper, okay? But this gives you the basic concept. And this year I attached a rubric to it to help you kind of get a understanding of what I'm looking for when we grade your paper, which helps you in knowing how to write it or something. Well, these things help you. You need to have 90 credits, accumulation of 90 credits in order to be on the bachelor's level. That shouldn't be any trouble for really probably for any of you, okay? And if you're not, you'll just simply be on the associate's level. Not a problem, but that's just where you're at. If you have 90, you qualify for the bachelor's level, which means you get to earn this degree in 1 year. If you have 120 accumulated credits, you have an option to go ahead on the bachelor's level and earn a bachelor's degree, or you can enter into the dual degree program. Okay? What is that? The dual degree program is where you actually enroll in the master's level. And you're working on your master's degree, but once you complete your master's degree, you are awarded a bachelor's degree and a master's degree at the end of the year. All right? Because what we're doing is we're acknowledging the fact that you have enough credits to have a bachelor's degree, but they were just, random. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And we have a lot of students that fall into this category and take advantage of this. The beauty of it is that if you were going to earn a bachelor's degree, let's just say, for example, and a master's degree, if in your mind you wanted both, well, you're looking at 2 years in our accelerated program, which is really fast. But you can do it through this dual degree, you get it all done in the first year. And you save a lot of money. The important part I wanted to point out was the 2 main things you see here. The first one's class attendance. Because we are an accelerated program, it is mandatory that you attend class. You have to complete all 12 courses. Now, I know I'm dealing with adults, and adults have busy lives. First of all, class is only once a month. However, something comes up and you absolutely can't make it, shoot me an email. Just say, I can't make it. But you need to know you still have to take that class. Okay? You have to complete the 12 classes. That's one of the reasons why we are able to give you a degree in such a short window, is because it's accelerated. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to do the class on your own at home. And by you sending me an email, what I can do is it takes me about a week, sometimes a week and a half, to get the videos edited, So I will send you a link. So give me a week, week and a half. This course today will be on YouTube. And so what I would do if you missed and you said, I'm sorry I missed, you'll still make your payment, but you will go online like we talked about earlier, and you will have already gotten it, the study guide and the test, prior to the week that you missed, okay? Then I'll send you a link